Hi, welcome to History Unbound. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to import the History Unbound LibGuide into your home SpringShare LibGuide. You can import the guide for use in total or for using its component parts. First, you'll need to sign in to your home LibGuide. Then, regardless of what page you're on, please go to your dashboard. Here you have the option of creating a new guide or editing an existing guide. In order to import the History Unbound LibGuide, you'll need to create a new guide. For importing someone else's LibGuide, you use a template. This guide will be part of your community of guides unless you happen to work at the South Central Regional Library Council. And here I recommend using the URL, the web address, for the History Unbound LibGuide. If you do a keyword search, there's a chance that you'll get History Unbound, but there's also a chance that you'll get one of the copied guides in someone else's LibGuide. The downside of this is that you won't have the most updated content. One of the biggest downsides to importing History Unbound is that you won't get any of the updates that happen after you've imported the guide. Once it's imported, the content is yours and held on your server, and the link between your guide and the SCRLC guide is broken. You might notice that while I was talking, I selected Search, and this is the guide you want, the one from South Central Regional Library Council, History Unbound by Margot Gustina. So this is the one we want. We select it. Your selected template should read like that. And now you give it a title. I'm going to title this My Own HU. I can give it a short description. I don't need to. I can give it a redirect URL. Again, I don't need to. I will get an email every time a new institution imports the guide. So now I'm going to create a new guide. So this is my new guide. Unfortunately, because I work for the South Central Regional Library Council, you don't get to see some of the dynamic changes in format and content that happen. When you pull in the History Unbound guide, what you'll see is that this banner is yours. If you have a subject guide photo or information, this will also be yours. Only the History Unbound content is pulled in. I can edit this as I see fit because it's been imported into my guide, and no change will happen to the South Central Regional Library Council's History Unbound guide. So you can mess with this as much as you want and make it your own. Another thing that you can do, and what I think is the most powerful feature of importing a guide, is once it's imported, you can go back to the guide you primarily use, like going to your dashboard. So now go back to your home page. I've got a school test page here. And this is where you'll be pulling in content by saying Add Edit Pages. And here you could reuse an existing page. You'll use the guide that you've pulled in from History Unbound, and you can pull just a page. Say I want immigration and migration in the 20th century. And that can be a top-level page. Or I can pull one of the top-level pages from the guide. I'm going to add it as a top-level page. I'm going to create a copy in case I want to make changes to it, or in case I delete the History Unbound guide at some point. Now I'm going to reuse it. You'll see that it shows up here with all of its subpages. That's pretty neat, right? Now, if I wanted to add just a box from one of those pages, again, I would go to Add New Box. So you're using all of the same steps that you would use if you were creating new content for your LibGuide, but in every step, you reuse existing content instead of creating novel content. Again, we select a guide from which to pull. This is the guide that I imported. Now I'm going to select a content box. I have to know what page that I'm looking for. Ooh, maps. Make a copy, reuse the box. We've added a box, we've added a page, could have added a subpage, and the page came with all of its subpages. I could have selected any one of these subpages and added it under Social Studies Project or under Home. If you're going to use the guide in total, just do a redirect to the South Central Regional Library Council's live page. The real reason to pull or import the guide in is to be able to sort of pick and choose which content you want that best fits your home library situation. And thanks for watching.